The first and maybe the most important of these are sweetened beverages. Sweetened beverages have been associated with higher rates of brain issues as well as metabolic dysfunction, inflammatory dysfunction. There's no real value in a sugary beverage. I know that there is this idea that people have where you need to have the energy drink with a bunch of sugar, where you need a fruit drink that maybe tastes like fruit and has some value because of some of the nutrients from fruit. The bottom line is if your beverage has added sugar in it, whether it's a soda, an energy drink, a fruit drink, you probably want to consider avoiding it completely. You also want to consider looking out for artificial sweeteners. Now, what I would say here is we're still learning about how artificial sweeteners and alternative sweeteners influence brain health. But I would say, even though there may be some value to alternative sweeteners, for example, stevia, monk fruit, allulose, as opposed to added sugar or things like aspartame, the goal is to try to get your brain and body to basically be reset to a level of not being so reliant on sweet all the time. So I think if you can work your way backwards to decreasing your exposure to any sweetened beverages, that's an absolutely wonderful way to get off the train of ultra processed foods and help to recondition your brain towards a healthier set point. Another food that I think is absolutely kind of promoted as healthy and has the exact opposite effect is an ultra processed food of breakfast cereal. Breakfast cereal is kind of the original ultra processed food. It's broken down so it's very far away from anything that you would find naturally. They add in some nutrients to try to make up for the fact that it's basically an ultra processed carb load every time you eat it, often loaded additionally with added sugars. Anything you can do to get away from breakfast cereals is going to be a good vote for metabolic health. There are a number of great options on the table, no pun intended. But the point here is just to eat real food. So eggs are real food, avocado is real food, chia is real food. The main thing is just to move away from ultra processed food, and especially in the morning where you're setting your body up, hopefully, for success. A couple additional ultra processed foods I would recommend decreasing or potentially avoiding completely: packaged baked goods. So the cookies, the cupcakes, the muffins, the bagels, all of these things, they really just increase blood sugar. They don't really provide a whole lot of value. And so, generally speaking, what I would say is avoiding packaged baked goods is a good vote for overall and brain health. Now, again, it's not as though if you eat a baked good, you're going to have necessarily a disaster as it relates to your health, but I think definitely cutting back on these. Additionally, fast foods for all the reasons you would think, but also processed meat products. Research shows that the more processed a meat is, the higher the risk is for having negative health outcomes associated with that meat product. Any sort of processed snack foods, chips and cookies and things, these are things worthy of avoidance.